but as long as we say to ourselves we will do as we please. The same thing, it falls into our moral structure. The morality of the people is falling, and falling seriously.
Howdy, everyone. Good morning. I hope all is well. I literally just woke up, so. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into it. I recently just did a show with a wonderful individual that I met online from a group that I am in. The group was put on by Chris Jansen. Hopefully you are familiar with Chris's work. He is one of the individuals who helped host the first Freedom Under Natural Law conference, and of course the Freedom Under Natural Law 2 conference. That's where I did one of my presentations. So, but yeah, this individual's name is Jerry. He is involved with autonomy. I want to say he's taken Richard Grove's autonomy course, and that is a wonderful course. Of course, if anyone would like to dive deeper into that, the links will be in the description. But Jerry wanted to talk about fire signs. And of course, I'm not no expert in any subject, definitely not astrology. There are more people who are versed in astrology than I am. Astrology is one of those subjects that I've jumped into, fell out of, jumped into, fell out of. It's always on and off. Hell, I can understand how the basics of the houses, the planets, the elements, but once you start getting into the aspects and the how the transits, that's where I kind of lose sight. But I'm always open to learn more. So, but yeah, he wanted to talk about fire signs because his sun sign is Leo and my sun sign is Aries. And mind you, there's way more to it than just your sun sign. Of course, your moon, where all the other planets are located, Jupiter, your ascendant, the lunar nodes. There's so much more to it. And there's so many schools of thought on astrology. You have Eastern astrology, you have the Western schools of astrology, so there's a myriad of ways in which you can use this interpretation. But the main purpose of astrology from its esoteric, occult-like manner is you understanding the inner versions of yourself. It is a way to understand the progression and the journey of the soul. That's what it has been understood by me as it is soul development and soul progression, and not just the exoteric form where they just focus on your sun sign. Because even though yes, I am Aries in my sun sign, technically you have all the signs within you. It isn't just one particular sign. So a lot of people get just stuck on their main sun sign, and that's not even 10% of all of astrology. So you have all the houses within you, you have all the planets within you, you have all the elements within you, you have all the zodiacal signs within you, and it's up to you to come to an understanding of what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are. What your traits are and what may lie dormant, something that you may need to work on, and that's where astrology can help be that bridge, you understanding more about yourself when it comes to why is it that one may be struggling, why is it that one may be constantly stuck in this perpetual loop, why is it that you may have this form of addiction, why is it that you are just constantly jumping from one bad relationship to another bad relationship. So in this advancement in knowledge, then you can start to learn more about yourself. So I kind of just broke down the basics. Of course, I went over all the four elements. You got fire, air, water, earth. Fire was always representative of like willpower, courage, desire, love. It's like it's that inner fire, man. It's energy. It's a very masculine sign, and you have air that was always represented or symbolic of the intellect, communication, travel, the mind, thinking, thought. Those two are the masculine signs, are the masculine energies. And even if you're looking at it from an alchemical standpoint, fire and air were the masculine energies. Then you have the feminine energies, which was water and earth. Water was symbolic of the feminine, our emotions, fluidity, holiness, divinity, the unconscious, the unknown, fertility. And then, of course, you had earth, which was grounding, the material, your traits, your attributes, physical characteristics, things you may be good, with your hands, constructing action, of every physical base. So these four elements exist in all things. These four elements have to be bridged. They have to be integrated. And that's where people seem to not understand. And then I talked about fire symbolism, because it seems that people are trying to extinguish this illuminated lamp, this illuminated lantern. Fire was always symbolic of truth, knowledge, consciousness, knowing, intelligence, creation. And it seems that mankind has done a terrible job at protecting that flame, of protecting that candle. We all know that this knowledge has fell into the wrong hands. It was not protected. And since it fell into the wrong hands, you have people that are trying to blow out this candle, which can never really be done. But you have the propaganda, you have the censorship, you have the ignorant masses calling for those who don't agree with their beliefs to be extinguished. Taking down people's YouTube channels, censoring people's comments. Trying to destroy that which is true, which again can never be done in reality, because the truth is always going to exist. But it's just a allegorical symbol for the individuals who were trying to put out this flame, who were trying to put out this torch. And then too, this fire energy has to be reconstructed and resurrected within us, because people lack that care. People don't want to use the will. And you see, the fire was always symbolic of two things. It was symbolic of truth and knowledge, and it was also symbolic of consequence. Because just like with anything that's hot, if you touch it, you're going to get burned. So what are the consequences for us not willing to protect the flame? What is the consequences for us not willing to pass this lamp to the next generation? What's the consequences of that? And we can see that in the daily world that we live in. How much ignorance is out there? How much lack of care is out there? How many people just don't want to do the right thing and take in this knowledge? Don't want to sit and read books. Don't want to sit and listen to podcast lectures, but they'll get in front of that television and be programmed 24/7. So we can see the consequences of that, and we are sadly reaping the consequences of that. So if anyone wants to check out the discussion, it will be posted in the links. And I want to thank Jerry for joining me. It was a wonderful conversation. he didn't know as much as I did, so he's kind of in the beginning step. So I was just kind of laying the framework. And mind you, I'm no professional hell astrologer, like that ain't me. So there are way more people out there who would do a better job at breaking the shit down than me. I was just sticking to the basic points. Matter of fact, I didn't even break down the houses or like all of the zodiacal houses. I just focused on the fire signs and the basics. I talked about affix, the affix signs, the mutable signs, and hell, I can't even forget the hell ass. I'm having a brain fart right now. But like I say, I just woke up. But yeah, if anyone wants to check the video out, you're more than welcome to. And the fire symbolism is going to be what my presentation is at an upcoming conference. So I'll talk about that later. It's still in the works, but I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day. And remember, if anyone wants to see the full video, gotta check it out on other platform, because YouTube is trying to extinguish this candle. YouTube is trying to extinguish this flame. So hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and peace the fuck out.
The effects are inherent in their causes. We observe every day that causes produce consequences. But most people are so much interested in their own ideas about consequences that they overlook the problem of causation.